one?
Yeah, but I hope he doesn't fall. I'm gonna just looking at it. Okay.
No, bro. Yeah, it's a case. It's from art.
Wait.
No, it's not.
So
Yeah, you wanna. Just a question. When you were recording, was his body seen as well?
Was his body seen as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Like-
0.5, right? Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just out of curiosity.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. Yeah.
I am not gonna be leaning forward, but if you want to lean forward, you can. Okay.
Bro.
Start. So, I've kind of just been, I don't. Starting out, it doesn't sound like a problem. So like I keep getting into these like leadership roles, and it's fun. It is fun, but I just noticed that like over time, instead of people like actually taking initiative and like being like, okay, I'll take care of this task like in a project, they're just kind of like waiting for me to be like, you should do this and you should do that. And it makes things kind of easy at times because I know who's good at what. But then it's just like, they're just waiting for me to tell them what to do. And so then nothing gets done if I get, busy and just can't focus on the project.
So you're frustrated that others lack the work they're doing, or
They lack initiative
they lack the initiative?
to actually like, start the work unless I
Okay.
tell them, hey, go do this.
So as I understand, you don't enjoy being a leader.
I do.
Yeah.
I've got a knack for it as I've done it more and more. It started in high school with some robotics and some esports kind of stuff, gaming. And so it's kind of carried on into my classes. But just overall, I get tired when people start trying to just let all the scheduling, all the just every single little bit, just in the planning and the scheduling and the who should be doing what. It's they should be focusing on this themselves as well. I mean, you got to take initiative as well,
Yeah, so I understand your problem. I honestly have had many issues with like teaming, like
Mm-hmm.
I take the initiative, so my team works, especially in some of the classes that require like teamwork, like CS class, engineering class. And the way I think about it is, instead of like seeing it as a problem, I see it as an opportunity to learn to deal with different people.
Yeah.
Like later in life, you'll see that, not everyone aligns to not everyone gives you the same energy for the hard work.
Yeah.
For the effort they put in, or like how smart they are. So, I think it's a good way to be like learning about people, like how to deal with them. But, if you're having such a big problem, I think you should tell them like, hey, I think you guys should put in more effort into this project. Like, the more effort we put and the more teaming we have, the more efficient we'll be.
Right.
So yeah, I suggest you doing that. But what other concerns do you have apart from like your teammates not taking any initiative and you being the leader all the time?
I mean, I guess in that case, so obviously I also kind of like, it does give me, for lack of a better term, a bit of like an ego boost, being like, hey, they're looking to me. But also it kind of, as you said, maybe I should see it in a different light. I've been kind of seeing it as in like maybe they're taking a little bit of advantage rather than, hey, learning how to deal with new people, right?
No, I meant that you should see it as an opportunity to learn about people rather than seeing it as a problem.
Yes.
For now, like if it's not such a big problem, like maybe like they've been lacking for a couple days, you can just learn from it, like learn how to deal with those people, like maybe tell them like learn how to like tell people like you should put in more work, like show them your expectations in a bit more firm way. So like if they don't listen the first time, how do you have to approach the second time, the third time, and if you have to take it further, like it's all experience after all.
True.
That's all that matters for now.
Mhm.
You're in college, you're learning.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I mean, we're in our freshman year, so like,
Exactly.
yeah. All right. Let's see then. I mean, other than that kind of stuff, more recently, just like in this latest group project, I've just been the one who's, again, telling people what to do, but also my teammates, some of them, so 2 of them specifically, aren't like showing up to class like at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of hard to get in like a time outside of class to actually be like, hey, let's all work on this together. Because some teammates are like really, really busy during the beginning of the week, or some teammates are like really, really beginning like busy at the end, and so we can't all work together, which just slows it all down. We have a group chat, but it just sometimes they don't respond, or sometimes by the time that I'm finally done with my own like work for like individual classes, it's like 9 p.m. and just no responses when I'm actually getting on and be like, hey, I can work on this with someone, because I also don't want to just end up being the only one working on some projects.
So how have you tried tackling that problem? Like,
Mhm.
apart from texting them, have you taken other initiatives?
So when they do show up to class, I'm usually a lot better at like making plans, being like, hey, are you available at this specific time?
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of get that confirmed already. Then for 2 of them, I kind of know the general area they are in, like at certain parts of the day, because I've bumped into them. So sometimes I've just kind of popped by, be like, hey, have you seen this yet? And just kind of bounce off questions with them, since I already know where they are. And, it's just
Yeah.
easy to find them there. In the lab rooms, computer sections, etc.
Yeah, I think what you're doing is amazing. Like, you tell them like, let's meet up this times. I see that you're putting effort into seeing them, which I'm sure many people will appreciate. I mean, maybe they're appreciating it, and you can't just tell because, you want a good grade. They also, hopefully, they want a good grade as well. Because if they aren't showing up, it's a bit concerning.
Mm-hmm.
If that class has a TA, I would first talk to them, like, because the TAs, they have taken the class just like you, and
Yes.
you can just tell them like, hey, I'm having these problems. They probably know some people who have, they have the experience of teammates not showing up. So I would first talk to them like, I'm facing these issues, I've done this, that, like, what else do you suggest me to do? Do you think I should escalate it, or should I like just keep it like telling them, come in, are you guys free whenever? So yeah.
No, that's fair. So I believe it was maybe 2 weeks ago. This one class, it's Tech 120. So I don't know. Have you taken it yet, or?
No, I'm an engineering. I don't take it.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's just on like coming up with a solution to some kind of global problem. And so my group's all cybersecurity majors, but basically we're supposed to finish this project by the end of the semester. And 2 weeks ago we had a meeting with like the TA and the instructor. It was supposed to be everybody showing up to this meeting, like every team member, but the minimum was like 50%, so we had 3 out of 5 people show up.
Did that cause any problems?
Not really, because I had spoken to one of them right before the meeting, just because they were stuck in a lab, and that's why they couldn't come at that exact time. We had a little bit of a scheduling issue because you schedule your time with the instructor, and if all the other slots were taken up pretty fast, so we ended up with a time that one person couldn't make it and the other one, I don't know. So I knew what he was gonna say, so I said it for him. But towards the end of the meeting, the instructor was like, okay, and tell me about, and I'm not gonna say his name, but like I think he had a sneaking suspicion that like this person wasn't doing much work, because when you submit assignments, you label your own work with your name,
Yeah.
and it's one person per piece of work.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy to figure out. Even if we have like a rating system, and of course most people.
Academy?
Yes, CatMe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly, and of course some people end up rating people a bit higher, even though just to keep the peace. I kind of sometimes not sometimes. I try to be honest.
You try to be fair.
I try to be fair. I don't want to be like he's not absolutely doing anything, because I don't want to like tank his grade like that, right?
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't gonna lie to the instructor if it was a face-to-face thing. So when the instructor asked all three of us point blank, "Is he doing any work?" it was just silent.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, you're not trying to be the snitch guy. You know, I know that CatMe has a feature at the end, like anonymous text to the instructor.
Yes.
You could take advantage of that. Well, not now, but maybe the next time you get the opportunity to.
Mm-hmm.
And I always, like, as a TA currently, I always tell my students, like, if you have some teaming issues, you should let me know. So you let me know, like, so I get to solve it. Like, in class, no one has any problem. They're like quiet. I'm like, is everything alright? They're like, yeah, perfect. I see one of them at the gym. He's complaining about his teammate. He's like, they keep the work till the last day. I'm like, bro, when I ask you, you should let me know. That's the reason why I'm there. So, and it's part of my job. I'll tell you, every TA's job is to make sure that everyone's performing in the fair rate. Like, I'm sure in your class, do you like put, every person has put this much percentage of effort. Like you as you told me, like they can see what who put how much effort.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't. So I do rate this one person who doesn't do anything at all definitely lower than like the other people.
Yeah.
So there's that. So I'm doing my best to be honest while not 0%ing them.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see how it goes. Our project is literally due this Thursday.
When's your class next time?
Thursday.
Thursday. Damn. Okay.
So
I would email the TA or professor.
We'll pull through, because I did end up assigning like people like what needs to be finished. So we know exactly what needs to be done. The only thing that's just stress, like I'm trying to figure out now, is like for the future, what can I take from this?
Yeah.
And so I think I'll not see it as a problem, as you said.
Yeah, definitely.
And then also possibly talk more to TAs about this kind of stuff. Starting at the beginning. I was kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, okay, he might probably pick up later on. That didn't end up happening too much. He did show up to this last class, so I gave him something easy to work on. At least get some of the minor stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Which he was at least working on it during class, which was good. He finally showed up. That is. So yeah.
Well, hoping the best for you. I mean, I gave you the tips. I think. Hopefully next semester is gonna be better for you. I can't talk about this one because it's almost over, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right.
Freshman year over, The class are almost over, so.
Well. No, we'll pull through.
You'll pull through. You got this. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yay.
All right.